What's pop, and back with more Draft League content for week 7 of SPL Season 2. Haven't been having the most successful time in this season compared to other seasons, as we are currently 3 wins in and now 3 losses in a row, but either way, having a good time, and hope y'all are entertained by these games because win or lose, they have been pretty fire. Today's opponent is my boy Scarlet, who, if you remember, we faced week 1 of last season and had a crazy Overgrow Rillaboom disguised as Hisui and Zoroark. He did some crazy stuff with it as well as Terra Beartic, so yeah, that's the mind we are up against this week. A lot of heat, so I need to win, of course, so I can actually make playoffs. I will do my best. And this time, he's got a sand draft, so he's got mons like Tyranitar Excadrill along with Terra Houndstone, and then of course some pretty solid Pokemon in Latios and Clefable and regular Ogerpon, and some threats like, his other Terra captains is Vikavolt and Mienfoo, which, you can't underestimate anything, right? I faced Nexus Trapinch last game, so literally anything is possible. And yeah, like, he's got some pretty good defensive options in Tentacruel and stuff like that. Clefable's really bulky. Even Houndstone, which can be a fluffy variant, is extremely physically bulky, which I faced while testing numerous times. Have to watch out for that. And yeah, the rest of his team, Ursaring, which is a great Pokemon overall. I love Ursaring, love the Ursaring line. It's one of my favorites, Ursaluna, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, cool stuff on his team that we got to watch out for. Now, I started off my team with a Choice Specs Empoleon. I think that's going to be a really great Pokemon for this week because not a lot of Pokemon he has on his team are capable of switching into Choice Specs boosted SURFS and Flash Cannons. It's very, very strong versus his team. It 2 KOs most things, if not OHKOs. And yeah, like, I guess only Tentacruel is there, but Tentacruel has to watch out for a lot of other stuff on my team, so it's pretty good overall to weaken things. And yeah, it also has priority Vacuum Wave, which actually is quite nice to pick off, a weakened Excadrill or even like Tyranitars and stuff like that too. It's pretty cool. And also, I guess, Ursaring, potentially, if he brings that as well. And then I just slapped on Earthquake on it because I was trying to look for a coverage that would hit Tentacruel, but Empoleon, unfortunately, does not have access to any such move. But even like a minus attack Earthquake still does considerable damage to Tentacruel. So I just decided to put that as one of the moves. And I'm running enough speed for Vikavolt so I can be faster than that Pokemon, which, is a Terra Captain, so it's kind of a threat, right? So we gotta be prepared for that. And you know that since Vikavolt has Sticky Webs, and if he tries to get those up versus me, the counterplay is Competitive Empoleon and Defiant Annihilate. So I'm bringing both of them this week so that we can combat the Sticky Webs if he does bring them, but we also have 2 forms of Hazard Control on the team as well, in case we need to use it. But I think Annihilate is great here because it's a pretty good spin blocker for Kleavor's Stone Axe, and also just really bulky in general, right? It can sponge hits from Tyranitar and Excadrill, as well as if we use up our Citrus Berry, we can't get hit by Poltergeist because we no longer are holding an item. So that's useful. So I'm running 3 attacks here, Drain Punch, Rage Fist, and Gunk Shot. I was initially running Rock Tomb on this slot here, but Encore I figured was super useful because Pokemon like, we don't want Pokemon like Ursaring to start bulking up and stuff like that and not get punished. So we have Encore to punish certain mons like that, as well as set up Clefable, etc., things like that. But yeah, I like Gunk Shot because it hits Pokemon like Clefable and Ogerpon pretty hard. And also Terra Fairy Pokemon like Houndstone and Mienfoo. Enough speed to outrun that Mienfoo as well, because that mon, you can't underestimate any Pokemon in draft. You really can't. So yeah, very bulky EV spread here. Then we got Kleavor for nice Choice Scarf potential. This is a set that's just really reliable. 3 attacks plus defog is super nice. Enough speed for Jolly Tyranitar so we can outrun potentially a Dragon Dance variant. So I have that. Then I have Toadscruel here, which is a rapid spinner for the team. Nice AV, Chinese EV spread. And enough speed to outrun a Quick Feet boosted Ursaring. So that could be something we might have to face in the game, so we'll have to prepare accordingly. Foul Play I think is really cool because it does a lot of damage to Pokemon like Latios and a more offensive variant of Houndstone, Ogerpon, Ursaring, etc. And I like Earth Power Sludge Bomb. Don't really need Giga Drain for this matchup or Grass Coverage. I think the combination of these are pretty good overall, and I just put an AV because I'm running 4 attacks. Now, an interesting Flygon set. Ability Shield Flygon. Now, why am I running Ability Shield? Because I don't want to lose Levitate, and that's because of Mold Breaker Excadrill. Now, if he doesn't bring Sand, he could possibly bring a Mold Breaker Drill because it goes through my Levitate, and if I'm Terra Steel, it would hit me for super effective damage unless I'm an Ability Shield. So if he's Mold Breaker Drill, I can always bring out Flygon and Terra and Dragon Dance up in front of it, and his Earthquake will fail because I have a way to shut down Pokemon from taking away my ability, and that's my item. So Dragon has 3 attacks. I'm running Earthquake, Terra Blast, Steel, and Rock Slide. Rock Slide is just mainly there for the Moltres because I don't want to get walled by it. And I do guess that Terra Steel Vikavolt is probably an answer to this mon. I was tempted to run, I was like trying out a lot of other stuff. I was tempted to run like Fire Punch or Super Power or whatever, like stuff like that for Terra Steel, but I think that's more situational. I think Moltres is a Pokemon that, even though I don't think it's going to make an appearance because I have Raging Bolt and Empoleon and a whole bunch of other stuff like Cleavor, I don't think it's going to make an appearance, but it's just good to have so that this Flygon can potentially run through a team of his entire team if it's not Terra Steel Vikavolt. So that's going to be pretty fun. And then finally, Farigiraf, which is AV, 4 attacks, and yeah, I do like the combination of this Pokemon being normal typing, which is great for Houndstone, and then having Foul Play to do a lot of damage and stuff. Then I have like Low Kick to maybe catch T-Tar, and Mirror Coat for special attackers like Lottie and Moltres and stuff like that. Clefable could be pretty cool, but yeah, that's gonna be the team, and I'm hoping that we can put in work with this one. I would love to win again, please, so yeah, we'll see what happens. But I think this team is pretty solid in general. I didn't do as much testing as the other weeks. I kind of just did a few here and there. I was pretty busy. I've been really busy a lot lately, so but still, you know, I want to at least try my best to bring solid teams and perform well. So we'll start the game soon whenever Kyle's ready. I'm still kind of just waiting on him, so I figured I'll record in advance. But yeah, I'll see you all for the battle shortly. Alright, week 7 is here. Important game. I need to win this for playoffs because I'm now like, what, 3 losses in a row? I forgot to create a tour as well, so I'm using the one created for, I think Chimp and Leo were playing on this one, so yeah, using the one created for them. I'm pretty hungover right now too. Like, by the time y'all see this video, it'll be 1 week later, so I'll be fine, I'm sure. But yeah, for now, I just want to play and go to sleep. I'm curious though to see what Kyle brings. He brings a lot of heat usually, like that Overgrow Rillaboom, if you remember. But yeah, subscribe to me. Give me energy. Hopefully we can win this game. And yeah, subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any of the heat content, which you shouldn't, because this is all heat content. Now, yeah, Kyle's got, what does he got? Ursaring, Moltres, Vikavolt, Clefable, Houndstone, Tentacruel. What did he not bring? Latios, T-Tar, Excadrill, Ogerpon. He didn't bring any of those. That's cool. It's pretty cool. 2 potential Terra Captains in Vikavolt and Houndstone. Yeah, so I guess one of them will Terra. Not sure which one it'll be though, but yeah, I like Cleavor lead. Been usually leading with Cleavor into this matchup, so I could see rocks going up pretty easily just because, yeah, just because literally there's no rock resistance unless he Terra steals the Vikavolt, which could be kind of scary. Yeah, this is definitely one of the more unconventional 6 that I had to face against in practice. I don't think I faced these 6 together, but yeah, cool stuff. Houndstone without sand probably means it's fluffy, and I'm very aware of a bulky, fluffy Houndstone with how annoying it is, so yeah, gotta watch out for that. But otherwise, you know, like these mons are all threats. Like Ursaring's a threat. Moltres is a threat if it's super offensive. Vikavolt's a threat. Clefable is a setup sweeping threat. Houndstone and Tentacruel are just annoying. But yeah, let's see what happens. Hopefully I can win and not lose again. I don't want to lose 4 in a row. I really don't. Because then I'm not going to be able to sleep well tonight. And I want to sleep well tonight. Because I need to feel better. So anyways. Talonflame lead into Cleavor, so I get rocks. This is cool. This is very cool. I get a nice little Stone Axe off here. Pretty much free rocks. And because Tentacruel, I guess, is the spinner, I'll be able to block it every single time with Annihilate. So it should be good. I wonder if he leads Moltres because it's not Boots. Could be a potential thing. So you know, when we see it come back in on rocks, we'll know what item it is. I gotta lock into this game though. I gotta focus. Try not to make any silly mistakes. Switches out. Cool, cool, cool. Nice. Who is that? That is going to be the Houndstone. That does nothing. That does absolutely nothing. And I'm adamant nature too. So this thing is max defense, fluffy Houndstone. Wonderful. So Farigiraf is a great switch in right now. Even if he like body presses or whatever, it's not going to do a lot. And I'll be able to fire off a Psychic Noise, which he doesn't have a lot of switches for. He didn't bring T-Tar, so Psychic Noise is also pretty free too, as well as, you know, Stone Axes here and there. And if we force out Houndstone, it comes back in, takes Rocks Chip, and so any kind of damage we get on Houndstone will be great for a potential Dragon Dance Flygon. It's kind of what I'm seeing for the end game, and he Terrors immediately, cool. Is it going to be Fighting or Fairy or Ghost? Fairy. Oh, that's great for my Flygon. That's really great for my Flygon, which is Terra Steel. Poltergeist, cool. We got the immunity. And yeah, I guess now I can just... Psychic Noise, right? Is probably best. Foul Play, Low Kick are not going to be doing much. So yeah, I can see Terra Fairy for having that dragon immunity, also fighting resistance. Pretty good overall, but you're not sure. I guess he could run Play Rough. Yeah, he does have Play Rough. Cool. So doesn't do too much at all. Psychic Noise should hurt a bit. Ah. Not as much as I thought, which means that this thing I'm pretty sure is Assault Vest. Could be Chinese AV. Or just max defense AV. But I don't know if I should switch. I think I'll maybe just stay in and try to weaken this a little bit more. Because if I want to go into something like Empoleon, I don't want him to accidentally switch up and body press, or I don't want to go into something else just yet. Because I want to at least put it in range. Because like I have Sludge Bomb on my Tentacruel, sorry, my Toedscruel. I'll be able to... I mean, I'm defensive and I'm like bulky enough to like take the hits and stuff like that, but I also want to keep myself healthy as well. I mean, maybe I'll just Psychic Noise. Play Ups again. That's cool. So I could still use this Mon for something. Oh, a little crit. Just a little more damage. Always useful. But now it's like pretty easily in range of a Terra Blast from my Flygon. So I'm going to go in a Toedscruel and try to switch things up a little bit here. I think is my play. I don't want to unnecessarily weaken my Farigiraf, I think. Even though I kind of already did, but it was for the purpose of Houndstone. I really only have Farigiraf for the Houndstone, and he switches out to Preserve, exactly. So, yeah, he switches out to Preserve the Houndstone. I switch out my Farigiraf to Preserve as well, and he ends up going into Vikavolt, takes Rock, so it's not Heavy Duty Boots. So the item, I'm unsure of the item as of now, but could be Choice Specs. But this is a pretty like decent switch in right now, although. Because it's going to force him to want to go for the Bug Buzz if he is offensive, and he's not going to go for the electric move, so I feel like Annihilate's a good switch in right now. And if he decides to set up Sticky Webs, I do have, I came prepared with both my Toedscruel for Rapid Spin and my Cleavor for Defog, so I am prepared to remove Sticky Webs this time and not have them be as much of a hindrance as they were to me last game. So let's see what he does. And if he gets up webs, I also have my competitive Choice Specs Empoleon, which I feel is going to put in some pretty good work. Sets up webs here. Okay, that's fine. So, that's great. And so I'm going to actually, I think I'm going to Encore him into this. So, I think I want to do that. I want to Encore him. I don't know if he'll switch out or not, but like Moltres would be a switch in that he could make, or he might just stay in an attack, expecting me to try to set up or something. I do think Encore's the play though. I feel strongly about it, so I'm gonna click it. I feel pretty good about it on this turn. But let's see what happens. Yeah, because I feel like maybe he'll be thinking I might set up or go for an attack or something and just try to attack me and get off damage on this thing. So yeah, it works. Nice. Very nice. So now this gives me a turn that I can capitalize on because I know that he's gonna switch out here. He has to. And so now we gotta think, what is he gonna switch into? Because I could Gunk Shot predicting Clefable, or I could make a double myself, or I could switch out here myself along with him. Webs are up, so I feel like I could try to spin them with Toadstool, or I could spin them with Toadstool, like a Gunk Shot, potentially if Clefable wants to come in, or I can go Empoleon. Empoleon seems like a great switch in because it also covers the Moltres and the Clefable. So I feel like this is a pretty aggressive switch right now, which will give me a lot of good damage on something. So let's see what he brings in. It's either going to be Moltres or Clefable here, I think. And both of them, look at this, nice speed drop into a competitive boost. So our special attack is doubled, we have Choice Specs. So something is going to get badly damaged. That's going to be the Moltres. Yep. Very cool. And I think that's just a free surf, I believe. I'm not exactly sure what set this Moltres is, but I am bulky enough to withstand any hit from it. If he wants to try to withstand an attack, or I mean, he has a great switch in Tentacruel, but I'm not sure how much Tentacruel is going to take because I am competitive boosted, so it's going to do a lot of damage with Surf, depending on his set. Especially if he's not like a Spadef set. If it's like an offensive Tentacruel, it gets like 2 KO'd. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting turn because we're going to get a lot out of it. The webs that he set up are now super good for us. Goes into... Oh, is that the... Yeah, the Houndstone's gone. Okay, cool. So he sacks the Houndstone here. Wonderful. So 1 mon down. Things are looking good so far. I just don't want to mess up. Gotta just keep making these nice plays. So now I assume that he goes into... I'm not actually sure what he would go into now. Maybe Ursaring? If it threatens my Empoleon, or... Because Ursaring, I guess, could potentially be slower depending on his set. So maybe not. Maybe Tentacruel now. Oh, so he goes into Tentacruel. Okay, nice. Okay, so I guess I could go into Annihilate to spin block right now, or okay, let's think about the potential sets this could be, because we know Kyle, he's a heat guy. He loves to bring a lot of heat sets. So it could be Swords Dance. it could be offensive something. I kind of just want to stay in and surf once, right? Tentacruel I don't think has any great coverage for Empoleon anyways, so might as well just stay in and try to see what he's gonna do. Because looking at the calc here, I mean, I'll do a lot of damage if he's an offensive set. If he's more Spadef invested, it'll still do a lot, I think. Reflect type. Oh, okay. Reflect type. I mean, that there's still a water type. Decent damage, so that's definitely Spadef invested. And so now what I want to do is... Okay, so... I don't want to give him a Rapid Spin. I don't want him to get a Rapid Spin off and remove rocks, which I think are needed. So I feel like now I go Annihilate. Now I go Annihilate here from Empoleon. I feel like that's my play. Yeah, plus now he's a Steel type, right? So I'm actually a good typing against him. He's Water Steel now, so he copied my typing. And now Annihilate is pretty good against it. Caught in the web, and now I get a Defiant boost. Look at that. Ooh, he tried to mirror coat. Oh, that's a turn too late there. I didn't stay in the second time. Wow, okay, so yeah, he didn't want to reveal that probably on the first turn in case I switched out, which I was thinking about doing. And then I switched on the second turn, he tried to go for it, so that's awesome. Wow, that's nice. Ooh, you know what, I'm gonna make a play. I'm gonna make a play. Hold up. I think I'm gonna make a play here. I'm gonna switch out again. Either back in, I think a back into Empoleon would be a crazy play. Or Toadscruel is a play that I can make to rapid spin, but like part of me wants to stay in, but then part of me just doesn't want to weaken this mon unnecessarily, even though I'm, you know, bulky. So I'm gonna go Empoleon, see if he tries to switch out, maybe back into Moltres or Oracle Fable. I think it'll be like an aggressive play if he chooses to do that. It'll look really good if he switches out here. So we get our boost activation again. Okay, so he's Dazzling Gleam. Okay, so Reflect type, Mirror Coat, Dazzling Gleam. So he's only, I don't know what the last move is then in that case. So he probably doesn't have anything to touch Toadscruel, and I get a free Rapid Spin. Yeah, I could probably do that. I don't really need to utilize the webs. I feel like just having my speed intact is good. Definitely want to be, definitely want my Empoleon to be faster than stuff like Vikavolt and Clefable and stuff like that. So I think now's the best opportunity to try to remove hazards. That's a really unique Tentacruel set though. Reflect type Mirror Coat plus Gleam and something else. Don't know what the last move is. So ideally he tries to Mirror Coat here so I get a free Rapid Spin. Mirror Coat, okay. Yep, that works. So now we can Rapid Spin. Get a nice speed boost as well. Could be pretty cool. Goes for Giga Drain, so that's his last move. Dazzling Gleam Giga Drain. Non-stab. This is a cool little showdown here between Toadscruel and Tentacruel. A pretty cool showdown. I'm actually going to I'm gonna Earth Power here. I'm gonna Earth Power. I don't think he's gonna Mirror Coat this turn. I don't think he will. That sponges really well. Nice. So he didn't Mirror Coat. Even if he did, it did so little damage, I would not have died. And I could probably just pick this thing off right now with probably an Earth Power. I was tempted to Rapid Spin again, but I don't think it was necessary. Because now I'm +1 speed, so I should be faster than everything right now. So now I assume he's going to go into Moltres to try to knock me out. But it seems that Toadscruel has defeated the Tentacruel. That's what you like. That's what you like to see, you know. The dominant species right here of the jellyfish or whatever you call them. Is that the Ursaring Gummy Bear? Yeah, it is. Ooh, the threat. So, okay, this mon is a huge threat. This mon's a huge threat. So I faced a couple variants while testing. And I feel like maybe if he's a more offensive set, that's scary, right? But if he's like a bulk up rest talk set or something like that, or a bulk up set, my Annihilate can encore it, and I should be fine. However, if he's like Trailblaze Flame Orb, which is another set that I faced, that could be scary. So the last thing I want is for him to Swords Dance up. If he Swords Dances up, that's going to be really bad. So I think I foul play here. Yeah, because quick feet is a thing, and that did a lot. Yeah, that's definitely on offensive set. Need Trailblaze, exactly. Cool, cool, cool. So, yeah, this works. This works out really well for us. He could be Guts or Quick Feet. Now, if he's Quick Feet, I think he'll be faster than me here. So probably not worth switching out. I'm gonna just stay in Foul Play again. But we got a lot of damage on this thing, and that's exactly what we needed. Because the last thing we wanted is for this Mon to have set up a Swords Dance, for example, and then have Quick Feet, and then just start spamming Facades. So yeah, Foul Play was definitely the play there. But Trailblaze means that he's not set up its attack, which means Annihilate can always, I think, check it. He could be Guts as well. I think if he's Jolly Nature, he's probably still faster than me with Guts. So yeah, now I'm thinking about maybe getting off a second Rapid Spin might have been cool, but I guess that would have forced a different scenario of turns, like Moltres coming in, for example. So I think this is great because, yeah, we got all the damage we needed. And Facades knocked me out, so this is definitely a Quick Feet boosted or Jolly Guts boosted Ursaring. It's probably not going to be that strong, I think. It'll be strong, but not that strong. Now, I have two options here. I can either go Annihilate or I can go Empoleon and Vacuum Wave. If I go Empoleon and Vacuum Wave, I guarantee the knockout from the range that it's at. However, the problem with that is that if Clefable comes in, it gets a setup, and I don't want Empoleon to be locked into Vacuum Wave, then I have to go like switch out to something else and then switch back in or something. We don't want Clefable getting up a free setup. We also don't want Moltres to be able to come in and just click an attack. So, But if Ursaring has Play Rough, I live. I eat my Citrus Berry up. If it has Shadow Claw, I live also, so yeah, this is fine. Let's just, I think knock this out with a... Yeah, Drain Punch is an easy knockout here. I'm like literally putting every super effective move just to see if it knocks me out. Nothing knocks me out, so that's great. Yeah, this is a huge threat. We get rid of this, we're looking really, really good. And we only really have the Clefable to worry about. Maybe the Moltres, I guess. Fling! Flame Orb, yeah. Immediately my mind went to Big Nugget. I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't calc Fling Big Nugget, but then I remembered it's a Flame Orb. He really just made me think about the Big Nugget again. I was like, I was so excited for a second, and I realized this is a Flame Orb Ursaring. So, yeah, that's fine. Annoying that my Annihilate's burnt, but I mean, if Moltres has Flame Body, it was probably gonna get burnt at some point, so I'm fine with this. Although the burn is annoying just in terms of damage output. So he's got the Moltres, Vikavolt, Clefable remaining, right? So we knocked out Tentacruel, Houndstone, and Ursaring, so half the team gone. We still have a lot of key vital members of the team still alive, so yeah, I don't think as long as I don't mess up, I should be fine. Yeah, this Mon. Okay, so this Mon is annoying. I know exactly what I'm going to do here, and I'm going straight into Empoleon, because Choice Specs will obliterate even a Calm-Minded or Cosmic-Powered Clefable at +1, even +2, I guess. Moonblast. Ooh, special attack drop into special attack rise? Nah, none of that. No competitive. So I can Flash Cannon here, but Surf is another option. If he decides to switch out into Moltres, I mean, Surf covers more things. Covers Moltres and covers the Vikavolt, but I feel like Flash Cannon is... Like, I don't want this... I don't want Clefable to stay in. Or, I mean, I want it to stay in, yeah. What I meant to say was I don't want it to stay in and do something else while I click Surf, so... Yeah, that Mon is dead. And Choice Specs Empoleon knocking out The Clefable is huge. That is huge. So now, there's the Vikavolt and the Moltres. Two mons that both will get destroyed by my Kleavor, but that is provided sticky webs don't go up, because I've lost my spinner. So I don't want webs to go up here at all, because then Moltres doesn't really become scary. Like, the only way he'd be able to win is if he dodged my Flygon's Rock Slide. Yeah, because my Flygon Rock Slide literally wins as well, so he'd have to dodge to win. But even then I don't think he can, because Empoleon is looking pretty good too. Yep, there's the Vikavolt. So if he gets a webs here, I think my best play is to go hard into Kleavor. I just want to make sure that I survive any attack from this mon. So we know that he's webs, and we know that he's probably not choice locked because he tried to go for another move instead of switching out versus the Annihilate after webs, so we encore locked him into that. So assuming that he is not a Choice Specs, I always guarantee live with Kleavor. So I think my best play here is to go hard Kleavor, probably take an attack, and then Stone Axe twice to win, and pray that my Stone Axes don't miss. So we started the game with Kleavor. Let's see if we can end it with Kleavor as well. There's the Bug Buzz. Does a lot, but yeah, definitely the correct play here, and we can now Stone Axe twice. He's already Terra'd, so he can't turn into another type. I'm actually really curious about what the Moltres set is, though. Very curious about it. Yep, nice and dead. And the last mon is Moltres. Cool. We can Stone Axe here to win the game. Don't miss. I don't want you to miss. Please don't. I need to win. I need to win this game. After so long. It feels like so long since I won the last one, which was week 3. Scary Face Annihilate. Long time. It feels like a long time ago. And that's going to be GG. It's Emvee. And he burns me on the last turn, which is fine. I played like a beast in this game. This is the kind of game I was looking for to get me, back on my feet. Just a nice flawless game where I don't think I made any mistakes at all. Like, I've been noticing that, this draft in comparison to other drafts that I have is a bit different in that there's a lot less room for error. So if I make a mistake here and there, it's tough to recover. Whereas, my Ursaluna teams that I had much more room to move around. But yeah, still a fun team though. I like draft because you get to experiment with all the different kinds of things. Anyways, playoff chances are looking much better now. I think as long as I don't super mess up week 8, we should be fine. But yeah, I think things are looking good now. Because I've never missed playoffs before for draft league, so it would be monumentally tragic if there was ever a day that happened. But thankfully, that day is not today. Check out Kyle, a good friend of mine. I'm not sure if he'll be uploading this on time. I think he's a bit behind from what I was told, but we'll be curious to see, his side when it's up. And that's it from me. Subscribe if you haven't already. I shall see you all in the next one. Looking forward to hearing from you all. And now I'm going to sleep. Peace.